we're going to start our class. I'm going to turn my air conditioner off. And now we're going to start class. So we'll sit cross-legged on our mat. And begin to be centered, bringing our mind into the practice, bringing our mind back into our body. And maybe isolating or contemplating words that would describe what you're feeling right now. And take a moment to explore those words and see where those feelings are coming from. And continue to settle in with the breath to the body. Paying attention to the breath as it comes in through the nose and exhales through the nose. Lengthening each inhale and each exhale. Noticing how deep in the lungs the breath is coming. Are you noticing it in the chest, throat, the belly? And continue to work on lengthening the breath, slowing the breath, and bringing it to the farthest reaches of your lungs. Expanding the belly with your inhale, contracting the belly with the exhale. With your next inhale deep into the belly, see if you can stretch your spine taller, adding more height to your torso, straightening out the spine, engaging the muscles in the core, and continuing to lengthen that breath. Bring it into the belly. Exhale by contracting the belly. And on your next inhale, concentrate on the area of your chest, your rib cage, completely expanding it. And contracting with the exhale. Separating each rib, pushing the chest forward, lengthening the spine, bringing softness into the body with each exhale. See if you notice a difference in your brain, getting a little more oxygen. Maybe a difference in your body, some tingling as you're bringing in energy and oxygen. An expansive opening. Now bring that breath into the throat, inhaling through the nose. Maybe feeling the coolness of the breath on the back of the throat. And exhaling through the nose. Softening the face. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely and slowly. And on the next inhale, begin inhaling from the base of the spine, inhaling up through the stomach, the chest, the throat, and up the top of the head, and exhaling back down. Inhaling all the way from the base of the spine, lifting those shoulders, and exhaling all the way back down. Let's take a few more breaths with the complete spine breath, all the way from the base, out the crown of the head, and exhaling from the crown of the head down to the base of the spine. And let's give it one more good breath here. And we'll begin to bring some movement into the neck. And the next inhale, inhale and raise the chin as high as you can get it. Pushing the chin up toward the ceiling, opening up to the front of the neck, into the throat. And exhaling, bringing the chin all the way down to the chest. Inhaling, bringing the chin up, pushing it up to the ceiling. Exhaling, pressing the chin all the way down to the chest. And continue this breath a few more times. Seeing if you can stretch a little bit higher on the inhale and tuck that chin a little bit closer to the chest on the exhale. And then let's return our face to neutral and we'll gaze over our left shoulder. So keeping our spine nice and tall, our chest open, gazing over the left shoulder, pushing the chin behind the shoulder. And it might help to imagine pulling the right ear away from the right shoulder. You can press that right shoulder down a little, lift the right ear up a little as you're pressing the chin back. Trying to find the fullest extension of the neck stretch. And exhale back to a neutral face, neutral neck. Inhale and exhale as we twist our neck to the right. Really pushing that chin back. I'm feeling some tension here. You noticed it from carrying travel bags. Really going to try and work on stretching it out, relaxing it, getting rid of some of those knots and tightness in there. Pushing that chin back a little bit further. Stretching the left ear from the left shoulder. And on the exhale, return the face to neutral. And we'll tip our left ear to the left shoulder. You might hear some creaking and cracking. Again, pull that right shoulder down, the right ear up. Really pinch into the left side of the neck. Using the breath to soften the stretch. Keep the tension out of it. Inhale to release to a neutral face. Exhale, tilt to the right. Press the right ear to the right shoulder. Separate left ear from left shoulder. Keeping that breath long, deep, steady. Breathe some softness into the stretch. See if you can go a little farther. And then release. And we'll synchronize our movement with our breath. So we'll inhale as we tilt to the left. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, tilt to the right. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, tilt to the left. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, tilt to the right. Exhale, neutral. And then we'll gaze to the left one more time. Maybe add a little more stretch into it this time. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, twist to the right. Hopefully you're feeling a little more opening up into the neck. Exhale to neutral, chin up to 12 o'clock on the clock, and we'll do one complete rotation clockwise, one rotation counterclockwise at your own pace. Really stretch to each number on the clock, finding the farthest reach of the stretch. Always bringing the breath in to ease the tension. Feeling the chest cavity might help you to feel a deeper stretch. When you're at 6 o'clock, press that chin right to the chest. And continue to move it around to the clavicles. When you're ready, reverse counterclockwise. Deep breaths coming in. And returning our face to neutral. Let's bring some movement into the shoulders. So inhale, shoulders come up to shrug. Put them up as high as you can get them. Exhale, stretch the ears away from the shoulders. Inhale, scrunch them together. Exhale, pull them apart. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Let's start a clockwise rotation. Inhaling as we bring the shoulders up. Exhaling as we drop them, bringing them down and around. Inhaling, bringing them up. Exhaling, dropping them down and around. Inhaling, pushing them forward, pushing them up. Exhaling, down and around. One more time, clockwise. And we'll reverse it to counterclockwise. Inhaling as we come up, counterclockwise. Exhaling as we bring them forward and down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. This is a great time to keep your eyes closed, really feeling what's inside your body, what's happening, coordinating the movement with the breath. And we'll take one more rotation. And then our fingertips come to the tops of our shoulders. Check to see if your spine is nice and tall, your chest is open, and we'll work with a clockwise rotation, bringing the elbows close together, holding them together as long as you can, lifting them up to the farthest reaches, bringing them nice and wide down around to the back. And continuing with this rotation, inhaling as you come up, exhaling, bringing them down and around. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling, down and around. One more time, inhaling, coming up, press those elbows together, reaching up, bringing it back down and around. Reverse the rotation, inhale, coming up, exhale, close together, bringing them down. Inhale, bringing them up, really getting some good rotation and movement into our shoulders. We'll do some work with our plank flow today. So it's good to get these shoulders nice and warmed up. Okay, one more time, and then we'll clasp our fingers together and press our palms forward. Clasp the fingers together, press the palms forward, create space between each shoulder blade, and then dip your chin close to your chest, keeping a tall spine. Long, deep breaths. Press the palms forward, stretching a little bit farther. Tuck that chin in a little bit closer. Big, deep breaths, and you'll be able to feel nice stretch in your rib cage. And then reverse it. Clasp fingers together. Press your fist to the wall behind you, trying to straighten out the arms behind you, opening the chest. You can lift your chin and open the chest a little bit more. Deep breath, we'll stretch out even further. And we'll do that one more time. Press the palms forward. And let's press them to the side and see if we can open a little bit farther into the right shoulder blade. And lift them up, stretching into the right rib cage. Remembering the breath. You can bring it forward, stretching into the right shoulder blade. And exhale, press forward one more time. And let's take our straight arms to the right side. Stretching into the left shoulder blade this time. And the arms can come up and over. Stretching down into the left rib cage. Really push that elbow, the left elbow up. Deep breaths. And then bring the arms forward again to stretch. And then return our hands back to our wrists. Tall spine. Take a couple of spinal breaths from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And I'd like to stretch a little bit into the forearms and into the wrists. So take your thumbs, I don't know how to best show this to you. Tuck your thumb into your palm, wrap your fingers around. So you've got a fist facing the wall in front of you, and then rotate your wrists forward, stretching into the forearm. Straight arm stretching into the forearms. My kids did this stretching when they were taking piano lessons and would get such sore muscles. You can release it, and then let's rotate our fists forward. Stretch a little bit differently into the forearm. Release it again, and then tilt the fist forward. Release it, and then rotate the wrists one more time. And then you can just rotate your wrists, clockwise, counterclockwise. Some movement into those. Okay, let's come to our mat in a table pose. And you might feel, I haven't sat cross-legged for that long for a while, so I'm feeling a little bit of tightness in my legs, and I'll want to stretch them out in just a minute, but let's work a little bit on cat-cow, really exaggerating the movement, stretching into the spine, into the shoulder blades, tucking the chin. And as you inhale, press the chest forward between the arms, lift the chin all the way up. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together here. Exhale, tuck the chin, pull the shoulder blades up. And inhale to breathe in. And then return to neutral. Our right arm will come out, our left leg will come out straight in front of us and straight behind us. Inhale, reaching forward with a straight right arm, straight left leg. Work on tucking your navel into your spine and see if you can reach farther forward with your fingertips, farther back with your toes. One more breath here. Release. Left arm straight forward, right leg straight back. Tucking the navel into the spine. You can squeeze that right glute a little bit tighter as you straighten the right leg and lift it a little bit higher. You'll notice a nice tightening into that glute. One more breath and release it. And a cat-cow. This time we'll press our right arm up, left leg up. Inhale, reach up as high as you can go with your right fist, high as you can go with your left heel. And again, you'll feel some tightening in that left glute. Tuck the navel in. Really work on your core strength here and balance. And release. One cat-cow. Left arm comes up, right leg comes up. Inhale, press up. See how high you can get the right heel, the right knee, and the left elbow. Tucking the navel in. A little bit higher. And release. Did we do the right side? If not, we're going to do the right side one more time. Inhale, press it up. We might have, I'm losing my mind. Press it a little bit higher. And then return to a cat-cow. Inhaling as we come up. This time our right arm goes out, our left leg goes out, and you can keep your leg bent or you could straighten it. Inhale, reaching out with the right arm, out with the left leg. You can straighten that left leg if you'd like to. Working a lot on balance here, core strength. Lift the arm a little higher, the leg a little higher, and release. And take our right leg out, our left arm out. Push that arm up as high as you can get it. The right leg high as you can get it. You can straighten the leg if you'd like to. Tuck the navel in. One more breath. Release it. Inhale. Cat. Cow. And then we'll put our forearms to the mat. And we'll place our head in between our hands and we'll come up into raised hips. And step your feet a little bit closer together. Trying to balance weight on your forearms, not on your head, not on your neck. Now we'll do leg lifts here. So we'll lift our right leg up, high as you can get it. And you might feel the beginnings of starting to do a headstand here, but we're not going to go into headstand. Balancing on your forearms, pressing that foot up a little bit higher, then release it. And raising the left leg. Pushing it up. Again, balancing on your forearms, not on your head. Pushing that leg up as high as you can get it. Another breath. And then release it. And we'll lower our knees. And then we'll come down to our forearms. And we'll work on a modified plank here for a moment. So keep your forearms here. We'll lift our knees. We'll hold this for just a moment. Lift your face if you'd like to. Tuck that navel tight, tight, tight. Drop the knees to release it. And you can come back to an extended puppy here. And we'll come back to a forearm plank. Forearm plank. We'll lift the knees. We'll step out side to side. Step out right leg and back. Step out left leg and back. Right leg, keeping the navel tucked, and left leg. And let's do one more right, one more left. Right, left, and release. Drop the knees. Come back to an extended puppy. Stretch it out. And then we'll come up to down dog. So our palms are to the mat, lifting it up to our feet, bringing a flat foot to the mat, as flat as you can get it. Your palms are to the mat. And let's do a little bit of stretching here in down dog. First of all, let's try and press our head between our straight arms. Deep breaths. And release it. This time as we press down, we'll press our heels down, seeing if we can get our heels as flat to the mat as we can, and press our head into the space between our arms. And release, pedaling our feet back and forth, loosening up a little bit into down dog, and we can open up to the side. So maybe drop your left knee, open up to the right side, and reverse it, dropping the right knee, opening up to the left side, We'll come back to down dog. Pressing the arms in one more time, maybe a little bit farther. And then returning to plank with straight arms. So if you're interested, you can drop your knees for this plank work. So our arms are straight this time, trying to lower these hips, and we'll step our legs out. Right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg. And we'll do one more right, one more left. Right leg, left leg. And come back to down dog to release it. Find the movement in down dog that's helping you to release the tension, to rest a little bit. And we'll work a little bit on a Cobra Float. So going from down dog, we'll come forward to a plank or a modified plank. Lower those hips, straighten the body, parallel to the floor, drop the knees, the chest and the chin, keeping those elbows tucked in. And then lifting up to Cobra. We'll pause here in Cobra a little bit. Lifting the chest, opening the chest, tucking those elbows close to the side, and then lifting to up dog, straight arms, lift the chin. Pause here, and return to down dog. Take a deep breath, get a little rest here. Coming back to plank. Drop your knees, your chest and your chin. Stay here for a moment. Now lift to Cobra, lace the side of the feet, come down. You're dropping your pelvis to the floor, elbows tucked in and bent, face forward. Now lift to up dog. Really extend through the neck and shoulders, straight arms, and rotate through to down dog. Taking good breaths. Don't forget your breath. It's going to give your muscles energy to get you through these. Okay, back to plank or modified plank. Knees, chest and chin. Cobra. Laces to the floor. Keep those elbows tucked in. Lifting up, flowing through. And we'll do one more. We're doing these nice and slow, which creates more work and more benefit. Okay, one more time, lowering into a plank or modified plank. If your fists or your wrists are getting sore, you can come back to your wrists. Drop your knees. Keep those elbows tight. Chest and chin comes between your palms. Lifting up to Cobra, really exaggerating this Cobra here. Bent arms tucked to your side. Straighten them to up dog. Lift the chin. Flow through the down dog. And then let's walk our feet forward and come to a forward fold. Taking a few breaths here. Coming to a half lift. Getting a little bit more blood and oxygen back to your brain. And you can continue to lift. Standing. Then we'll come back to a forward fold. Working on stretching here. Straight legs, so see if you can press those knees back a little bit farther. See if you can get your hands a little bit closer to your feet or a little bit farther down on the leg. And then, however you need to, get your hands back to the mat, and we'll do leg lifts from forward fold. So I'll put my hands up here. So if yours need to be out here, if your knees need to be slightly bent, perfectly okay. In fact, I'm going to show a modified one for maybe a less flexible body. So my hands will be a little bit farther forward and my knees can be bent. Otherwise, straight legs, hands closer to the to the feet. We'll inhale and lift. Our right knee up as high as we can get it. Trying to straighten that left leg nice, straight. Pushing the right foot, the right knee up toward the ceiling. Keeping that navel tight and release. Take a couple of breaths. And then again, I'll show this modified. So I'm going to have my knees bent. My hands are going to be up forward a little bit farther. So I can have my hands to the mat and I'll lift my left foot straight up. Working on balance. Working on strength. And as you straighten your legs, lifting the leg a little bit higher, the left leg a little bit higher, we're working on flexibility. Release it. And then we can come back to a forward fold. Find the form of forward fold that works for you. Working at lifting our sitting bones as high as we can get them. And then let's bring our feet out about hip distance apart. And we'll take our hands to our knee and we'll do cat-cow from a standing position. So what that looks like, I'm gonna have my elbows coming out and I can come down and exhale, squeezing up. Inhale as I press my chest down, hips up, exhale, tucking my chin in, lifting up through my shoulder blades. One more time. Inhale, really lift those sitting bones up, lift the chin. Exhale, tucking that chin into the chest. Okay, let's come back down to the mat. And we'll find ourselves in staff pose. And we'll hold staff pose for 2 minutes, working on some core strength and posture. And then we'll work a little bit more on the floor, doing some spinal openers. Okay, let's start this out. Straight legs, press the backs of the knees into the mat. Lift your spine as tall as you can get it. Open the chest. Create some tension between your shoulder blades, lifting out the ears from the shoulders, straightening, lifting up through the spine, through the neck. Gently placing your palms to the sides of your hips. Now really work on tucking your navel into the spine. Squeeze it in and see if you can feel it clear from your pubic bone up to your solar plexus, which is the space where your rib cages meet, the right and the left side. Keep it completely engaged. Legs are straight, heels are flexed. Your breath is long and deep. Face muscles are relaxed. Let's go through it one more time, starting with our feet, heels flexed, legs straight, backs of the knees pressed into the mat, kneecaps pulled into the thigh, pelvic floor lifted, navel tucked, hands resting to the sides of the hips, spine is tall, chest open, shoulder blades towards each other, lifting through our neck, remembering to keep that entire core engaged. Real dynamic work happening here. Deep, long, steady breath. Okay, we can release it and we'll come into a regular forward fold. So inhaling to reach the arms up, flat spine hinging from the hip, coming forward, trying to reach these arms out over the toes, keeping the spine as flat as you can get it. And when you feel supported, you can have your hands to your legs, the mat, your feet. You can allow your spine to gently soften into the fold, and we'll hold this for 2 minutes, working with each exhale to lower ourselves a little bit farther into the fold. Trying to find softness in this point of tension. And then these forward folds, when we hold them a little bit longer, you might notice some real heat building in your core. Even holding completely still, your body is building a lot of heat here. Each exhale, soften a little bit. Lower yourselves a little more. And if you feel ready, you can bring your chin closer to your chest. Imagining that breath coming from the base of the spine, up through the spine, out the crown of the head, and exhaling from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Softening a little bit with each exhale, coming into the fold a little bit farther. About 10 seconds left. See if you can get yourself a little bit farther into the fold. And release. Inhaling, always supporting the spine as you release out of the pose. Let's cross our right leg over the left. We'll do some spinal stretching here. Always want to keep our spine centered, straight, solid before we do any lateral movements. So we're going to grow the spine nice and tall, open the chest, and then bring our entire chest toward the right side, toward our right knee. And you can drop this right hand behind you and take the left arm, wrap it around the outside of the right knee, trying to open up the chest to the long side of the right side. If you're interested, you can gaze beyond the right shoulder, bringing some more stretch into the neck. You can imagine the form of your spine, what those bones look like, and how flexible your spine is, all the amazing movements and motions it can do. One more breath here. And release it. And then take the left leg, cross it over the right, grow your spine nice and tall, open up the chest, take the entire chest, twist it toward the left side, the left long side of the mat. Left hand comes to the back, and then bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And feel the difference when you keep that breath shallow in your throat, or if you can bring that breath into your chest or your stomach. Notice how much more full the stretch can become if you can feel the chest. Gaze beyond that shoulder if you're ready. And release it. And then we'll bring the soles of our feet together, pulling them in as close to our body as we can get them. We'll open up into the hip a little bit. Our spine is nice and tall. And we can fold it forward and press our elbows onto our thighs, closer to our knees. Begin to stretch the inside of our hip joint. Same thing here with the breathing, always on the exhale, see if you can come a little bit farther into the fold. lowering that chest a little bit closer. So we're in butterfly pose here, and now we'll bring our fingers to our toes and try and drop our elbows to the mat, and we'll come into starfish. Finding softness in the pose. And then release, bringing our feet back to the top of the mat. We'll reverse our palms so our fingertips face the wall behind us, pressing them to the mat, seeing how close we can get them together. We can open up the chest this way. So as you allow more of your body weight onto your palms, you can press your chest open, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the chin. Deep breath into the chest. Maybe not such a deep breath. Okay, let's release it. This time we'll do it one more time, and if you'd like to, you can lift your hips into the pose and continue to stretch, or you can stay in this pose. Okay, lifting the hips, pressing down on the palms, pointing the toes, lifting the chin, pressing up through the chest, strengthening, balance, flexibility, and release. And continue to come down to the mat, onto your back. We'll work on the knee press. Inhale, and on the exhale, really squeeze your knees close to your chest. Inhale again. And on the next exhale, lift your chin into your chest. Okay, let's take our left leg flat to the mat and raise our right leg straight, reaching down as far onto our leg as we can, keeping our leg as straight as we can, checking to see that our left leg stays engaged. We can press that left knee into the mat and bring the right leg as straight as we can, closer to the chest. And I don't know of anybody that doesn't feel this one almost excruciatingly. The backs of our legs, the backs of our hamstrings get so tight. Okay, release it. And straighten it one more time. Flex the heel, pull the leg in closer to the chest. See if you can get a little more flexibility into there. Press the left knee into the mat. Release it. And then straighten it one more time. And this time we're going to press the leg close to the chest and we'll point and flex. Point the toes, flex the heel. Point the toes, flex the heel. One more time, point, flex. And rotate the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. Imagine your toe is a pencil. You're making a big wide circle. And then inhale, on the exhale, bring the chest close to the knee, face to the knee. Pressing the left leg into the mat, release it. And you can put your hands to the sides of your hips, straighten both legs as straight as possible, flex the heel, and we'll try and take 2 minutes to lower this right leg to the mat. So take your time. If it takes you less time, you're welcome to rest in Shavasana when your foot hits the mat, or you can bring it back up. Working on keeping your hands soft to your side so that you can work into the core, into the leg, tuck the navel, tight to the spine. Lift that pelvic floor. Straighten both legs. And keep this leg lowering as slowly as possible. When you get a little bit lower, really make those last few inches of lowering count by squeezing in the core muscles. Trying to soften your face as you lower. You might notice that your leg stops where it's comfortable, but keep pushing through that, getting into those uncomfortable areas where the work is waiting for you. We're a little over halfway there. Eyes are closed. You can visualize those core muscles engaging and strengthening to hold this leg up. Ooh, getting closer. Okay, when that heel is to the mat, let both of your feet fall out towards the side. Palms come up, and you can rest in Shavasana for a moment. Pay attention to how this right leg feels compared to the left leg. I can feel energy coursing and surging through that right leg. I can feel extension in the right leg. It feels longer. It feels more expansive. And the left leg feels tight and cold, actually. Okay, we'll take that left leg up. Inhale, lifting a straight left leg up. Pressing the right leg straight into the mat. Flexing the heel, reaching down to the left leg. As far down on the leg as you can get it, as straight as you can get it, and be patient with yourself. A lot of tension hides away in the backs of our thighs. So let's work on pressing the straight left leg towards our body. And then we can release it and relax. Taking some refreshing breaths here. Straighten it again. Reach down a little bit farther onto the leg. Press that left leg straight. Press the right leg straight. Bring the right leg a little bit farther, closer to the chest. Remembering the breath, softness in the face. I feel a lot of shaking on my left side when I do this. Release. We'll take it one more time in, and then we'll point and flex. So pull that straight left leg in, point your foot, flex your heel. Point the foot, flex the heel. Done a lot of walking in the last couple of weeks, and I can feel such tightness in these muscles. Okay, rotating the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise, keeping that leg straight. Rotate. And then pull your chin to your knee. So your chest to your leg, keeping the left leg as straight as you can get it. Bring those elbows in, close to the leg. Right leg stays straight, pressed into the mat. Breathing and release. Taking the palms to the sides of our hips. We'll take 2 minutes to lower our left leg to the floor. And again, you can take as much or as little time as your body needs. You're welcome to come back up and work on it again. Trying to keep softness in the face, softness in the hands. Keep this right leg engaged and the left leg as straight as you can. Pull your navel into your spine. Lift the pelvic floor up. You should feel real dynamic work happening in your core. And if you need to, every once in a while, you can open your eyes and check to make sure that the leg is coming straight down from the hip, that it's not falling out to the left side or to the inside. Keep it as straight as you can get it. Keep that core engaged. Face is soft. Long breaths. We're over halfway there. About 10 seconds left. Really make this count, tucking that navel in, entire core engaged. Okay, palms up, let your feet rest out to the side. Deep breaths. One more deep breath, and then we'll roll onto our right side. And we'll take our right arm out, lie our head onto our right arm. Use the left hand for a little bit of balance and see if you can create a straight line from your fingertip, your right fingertips to your heels. And what we're going to do is we're going to work into the side of our abdominal wall and into strengthening into the hips. So on the inhale, we'll lift both legs up as high as we can get them and hold it. Inhale, lift both legs. Keep the heels together, the balls of the feet together, the legs as straight as you can get them, and lift them as high as you can get them. See if you can lift them 1 inch higher. Feel that work happening in the side of the hip. We don't really do a lot of strengthening into this area. One more breath and release. Take a deep breath, completely relax the body, and prepare to do one more time. Okay, straight line from the fingertips to the heels. Inhale, lift. Keep the breath steady, the muscles in the face soft. Press the feet up a little bit higher. Little higher. And then slowly, slowly, slowly release. And a few deep relaxing breaths here, completely relaxing the body. And we'll work on the opposite side. So you can just roll right over to the left, and I'm going to sit up and rotate my body this way so my backside's not towards the camera. Straight line from the left fingertips to the heels. Stretch that arm out a little bit higher, those heels down a little bit farther, body a little bit straighter. Balancing with this right hand on the mat. Inhale, lift both legs. Pinching and squeezing into the side abdominal wall and into the right hip. Legs are straight, heels are together. 1 inch higher. Slowly release it. Okay, we're getting there. A few breaths to completely relax and release. And we'll do one more time. Straight arm, straight line from your fingertips to your heels, straight body. Inhale, lift both legs, keeping the heels and the toes together. Using your right hand to create some balance. Squeezing into the right hip, the right rib cage. Let's see if we can lift 1 inch higher and lower it slowly. Okay, relax, a few good breaths here. We have just a little bit of time left, and I would like to do one more hip opener, if you'd like to. Knees into your chest, release some of that tension you might be feeling in your low spine. You can roll from side to side here. Let's lower our left leg, lift the right leg, and we'll reach to the inside of our right foot, straightening the right leg, bringing the left arm out to the side, straight out from the shoulder, and we'll open into the hip by lowering a straight right leg to the side. And it might take a minute to get it low, using the breath. This is the one I think I need the most after walking so much. Hips get really, really tight with walking. Using the breath to completely relax the body, to open up into those hips, finding softness in this point of tension. Notice if your left hip is lifting off of the mat, you want to really press that left hip down. It's more important to keep the left hip down than to get the right leg to the mat. So if you need to have a right leg slightly bent, have it not to the mat, it's probably kind of unique to be able to get it down to the mat. So be patient with yourself. Okay, you can bend that leg, bring it back up. And bring your right arm out to the side, left leg to the mat. This time we'll lift our right leg to the mat. We'll lift our left leg, reach to the inside of our left foot, straighten the left leg, and we'll open up onto the left side. Using that breath, keeping the core engaged to give you strength to lower this leg slowly. Trying to get that left leg as straight as you can get it while keeping the right leg engaged. Using the breath to soften. Release into the hip. Make sure there's no tension between your eyes. Your jaw is relaxed. Using that breath to soften and release. And take one more good breath here. And you can bend the leg, release it. And bring your legs back to the mat, arms out away from the body, palms up, and we'll rest in Shavasana. Finding some deep breaths. Allowing your body to completely fall into the earth. Allow the earth to completely support you. Relax the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, any tightness you feel in your body, and let it just relax. And I think we'll do a full body scan while we're resting here in Shavasana. And then I can save the meditation that we were going to do for Saturday's class. And it focuses on an area of discomfort in your life or an area that's causing you pain. And it's some nice processes to help you release that and to release the emotion that surrounds those. So look forward to that on Saturday, but for now, we'll just go through the major parts of our body and allow them to completely relax. Bringing deep breath into the body, deep into the stomach. Imagine yourself sinking to the floor. Imagine your body melting like butter, completely relaxed. And I'll mention a body part, and with your mind's eye, go to that body part and imagine that area warming, becoming light, softening, and relaxing. We'll start with the crown of the head. Crown of the head, face, brow, cheeks, jaw, neck, shoulders, armpits, upper arm, lower arm, back of the hand, palm, fingers. Imagine your head, neck, and your entire arms to your fingertips completely soft and relaxed. Continue to bring that warmth and softness and relaxation into your chest, your upper back, your middle back, low back, stomach, hips, glutes. Imagine your entire core warm, relaxed, soft. Bring that relaxation into your legs, your thighs, the backs of your thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, tops of the feet, bottom of the feet, toes. Imagine from your legs to your toes being completely relaxed. Continuing to breathe deeply, imagine the entire form of your body, from your head to your toes, completely soft, at ease, comfortable, relaxed, content. And with each breath, allow those thoughts and feelings to sink more deeply. Filling your lungs with breath. Exhaling to deepen the relaxation. Pause here for a moment to create an intention for your day, the way you want to show up and exist in your day today. With your next inhale, begin to bring small movements back into your fingers, your toes, your wrists and arms. Stretching, reaching over your head, stretching your legs, twisting from side to side, waking the body, waking the nerves, energy. And when you're ready, return to fetal position and gently come up to a seated cross-leg position. A few cleansing breaths here. And our hands back to heart center. And I offer gratitude today for joining me. I'm so glad to be back, getting into the routine again. Grateful for your presence, and my wish for you today is joy. Namaste. Thank you. We'll plan on class on Saturday, but no class on Sunday. We got invited to go to a football game, so we're kind of excited about that. But it's good to see you. We'll see you back on Saturday.
Thanks, Melissa. That was great.
Oh, you're welcome. How are you doing, Lorene?
Good. We're doing good. Getting back in the swing of things.